Hi. This is going to be, you guessed it, real-time video. My favorite thing to do because I really just don't have to script it and I can just like share from my heart and my experiences and in the moment. And I really like that. So that is what this is going to be. But I figured I'd also kind of do a catch up where I'm at, what's been happening, like celebration of 50 years life experience. Wow, one of the best things I ever did. And then going to Peru and Bolivia to turn 50. Yeah, even better. It was, it was life changing. Everyone says that. But it was really reaffirming and perspective changing for me. Maybe even challenging. Yeah, Bolivia was hard. So, if you don't know who I am, I'm Kat, and I'm basically YouTubing my healing and kind of sharing with others what I've done to be able to feel my body. I know, right? It's so funny because when I first got into this developmental trauma field and I was learning about, that disconnect between your body and the kiddos don't know, blah, 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 brain development and all that kind of stuff. And I really had no clue that I was experiencing it until I actually felt my body. I know, it's just amazing. I'm telling you, trauma therapy works when you do it. Anyway, so that's a whole other video. But my point is, I'm Kat, and I'm basically just documenting my experiences and showing, being that light on the path that, yeah, you can actually have a really good life. And, I made a realization, which I will share later on this video, but again, kind of life-changing realization and reaffirming. And I don't know if all this is happening because of the healing I've done and the growth, or because my age, I just turned 50 and I'm fucking awesome and now I'm all-knowing. Okay, not quite. Not even close. But sometimes I feel like I know what I'm actually doing, and that's an awesome feeling. Yeah. And I don't know if it's a combination of all those things or if it's just, I don't know, my mood. But things are really good. And they weren't before. And they weren't for a majority of my life. Actually, at 47 years old. 47 years old when I found out life didn't have to be hard. I know. That fucking changed my life because that then made me realize that I'm worthy of having dreams and living them. So much so I got it tattooed. You guys can't probably see that, but that statement there, that realization, whoa, wait, what? Then I had to learn how to dream, and I'm still practicing. I practice. But we're getting better at it. And I am living my dreams. And I'm living the life that I want to live because I now realize I'm the creator of my reality. And I can choose to be happy and feel good. And so I'm going to do things that make sure that I am feeling good and happy. And just that little shift, that mind shift, maybe like a reset, because we're born that way, right? So maybe that reset back to when we're first born, that feeling of, yeah, I matter. I'm significant. I'm enough. I make a difference. I matter. That one is huge. And then I started thinking, yeah, you are matter, in reference to me and everybody else out there. Because we have like stardust in our DNA. That's matter. Okay, anyway, I totally got off my whole little spiel, but welcome to my video channel. And if you want to learn more and hear about the awesome adventures in Peru and Bolivia and what being 50 is like, make sure you hit subscribe. Perfect. Like, follow. Just do that little, and then we're connected. Because apparently we need that. All right, we're 4 minutes in. It was actually 4:20. Okay, let's have a drink to that. It's a London Fog. It's my favorite drink. It's my little piece of luxury. And that's one thing I started doing, is giving myself a little piece of luxury in the mornings. I have a really nice morning routine. Oh, I love my morning routine. I really value it and I appreciate it. When I was in Peru and Bolivia, my morning routine was not the luxurious routine that I'm accustomed to here in the Western country. But wow, Not to say the morning routine that I ended up out there was not even better, right? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Anyway, so part of my morning routine, of course, though, is having a London fog. If it's really nice outside, or even if it's not, I'll sit on the patio. I have like a nice little heater and a nice little area, and I can see the mountains and the sunrise. It's absolutely beautiful. Do movement, mana movement usually, if not stretching. Starting to eat. Okay, I have peaches every morning. Canned peaches. I don't know if that's an age thing, if that's just a maturity thing, right? Or energy thing, or like I did make a commitment to try to, be parent to my inner child, be the parent that I never had and the parent I always wanted. So I'm trying to do that for my inner child. Really struggling with the feeding part. However, I shouldn't say that anymore. So we're going to stop that, watch my language. And I'm actually going to say I'm just really aware and make conscious effort to feed my inner child, even though it's myself. But I had to separate that, actually. What would you do if it was a little kid? You'd have to feed it, right? That's what I caught myself saying when I didn't want to eat dinner. Anyway, I am eating a really nice healthy meal a day, sometimes even 2, but we're just aiming for 1 right now. And then of course my fruit snacks and stuff throughout the day. And just just trying to tend to that inner child. Sorry, Veronica Marlowe just walked by, my cat. She was here just before I started, actually. Yeah, her relationship and mine is, we're figuring each other out. She's actually sitting on me now and like snuggling for a while. Very vocal. She's telling me a lot. It seems like when I went away to Peru and then I came back, it's like, I don't know. I think she realized I came back. She's had some losses, right? Kids grow, things happen. And we also lost Sadie. I mean, she may not admit it, but I think it's really, really hard for her to not have Sadie here all the time. Sadie was my pug, in case you guys didn't know. And I miss her terribly. Anyway, we're not going to go there. We're going to talk about how great everything is in my life and how things are getting better. Okay. Turn 50. Wow. I am like so thrilled to be 50 years old. I never thought I would ever say that. I actually thought I'd be dead by now. I outlived people who thought I would be dead by now. But I did it. I made it. And not only did I make it to 50, holy fuck, it's awesome here. Why didn't I know this? Had I known 50 was going to be this sweet, I would have done it a long time ago. Or at least I would have been looking forward to it for many years instead of thinking I was going to be dead. Miserable. Dead and miserable? I don't know if you could be dead and miserable. Death is actually life, but we're not even going to go there. I just didn't think 50 was going to feel this good. And I honestly, I would even say it feels better than when I was like 20, 30, 40. Don't get me wrong. Like I liked my mid 30s to like my mid 40s. Yeah. Which were really hard years, actually. Really hard years. So it just kind of makes sense. Anyway, I actually just had the blah. Just had blah. Yeah. Those were like really hard years where a lot of shit happened. A lot of hard shit. Which got me here. Let's get back on track. I'm sorry. Sorry, Veronica Marlowe's like all over the place and people are texting me. Told ya, real-time video. If you're still here, we're almost at 10 minutes. Awesome. See? Thank you. Your brain must work like mine. Woohoo. Anyway, I turned 50. And I took the whole month off to celebrate 50 years life experience. Because fuck yeah, I made it. Oh, yes. And I just know things are going to get better. Well, they are. Every day, everything is just getting better in every which way. Like, it's just awesome. Even when I think it can't get better, it gets better. Things just kind of fall into place. Parking spots like open up right for me. I feel like I get carried to the store. There's no lineups. Things are just like flowing. It's nice. Very appreciative of that. Yeah, things are just getting like good, and I'm excited. And I can see things manifesting that I want to do. Like going to Bolivia and Peru. Wow, that was awesome. On many different levels. One, I had a memory, because I don't have very many childhood memories. However, I can't say that anymore because I'm starting to get more and more. It's like I'm feeling my body. I've got memories coming back. Like, whoa, right? Anyway, I remembered, it was in the French classroom. It was it would have been grade 7. I couldn't remember if it was grade 6 or 7, but I just remembered it was in the French classroom, which would have been in the high school, which would have been in grade 7. Okay, anyway, that's the way my mind works. So it would have been in grade 7, and there was my peers in the classroom. It was like a lunch break or something. And I had said that I wanted to go to Bolivia and Peru. We learned something in social studies. I don't know, I talked about it. The little girl that said that at that time, the reality, possibility of that even happening in her mindset, in her world, and the people that all knew her were like slim to none. But I said it. And then guess what? I did it. And I turned 50 there. So that was really cool. That was like a validation, manifestation. You know, you put it out there, and then clearly if you forget about it, or you don't put all your intent in it, it will manifest. It will come to you. All the components are going to line up. And it happens. There you go. So that was pretty cool. But when I was in Peru, even Bolivia, because especially at the end in the house that we stayed at, things just felt like, wow, I've been here before. I've done this. What? I've been here before. This feels so familiar. It felt so familiar to me. That's the only way I can describe it. Familiar. Safe. Familiar. Comfortable. And I felt like this childlike wonderment of everything was new. Yeah, and then so you feel like alive. And like, oh, there's just so much to see. You know, you just gotta take it all in. It was like a really awesome experience. And I noticed something like when I spent, 5-6 days in Lima and all the little cities around there. I love Lima. San Miguel, Miraflores. I mean, that's really touristy, but whatever, right? Beautiful. But what I kind of observed there was the people. And they were always celebrating. Now, granted, it was my birthday, so I totally understand why they'd be doing celebrations over that. But no, seriously, they were celebrating. It was always about connection. It didn't matter what time it was, because we would go for Pokemon walks in the parks or around or whatever, coming back from whatever we were doing. So if it was, 3 in the afternoon, 6, 7, 10, 12, 2 p.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., whatever, right? People were always out at the parks. Oh, at the parks. There were so many people at the parks, but not crowded. But just like people using the park, sitting on the bench with a loved one, a friend, a couple kids sitting there, whatever it may be. People were just sitting there talking and visiting. It was really about connection. People were always communicating. Food, there was a lot of food, and connection, celebrating. I liked that. Hang on one second. And one thing I noted, well, first of all, they have Kennedy Park, which is like full of cats. I know, right? How awesome is that? And you would go to the park, which was very well kept, very beautiful. And cats would just be like laying around in the garden and the flowers on the sidewalk, on the bench, getting loves and pets. There was food. They, for the most part, looked well cared for. The park was really clean, and they would clean it every night. Oh my goodness. They would like wash the sidewalks, like all over Peru. They were constantly cleaning every night, literally washing sidewalks. Very clean. Very nice. Anyway, what I did notice is that they treated their stray cats and dogs way better than like the Western society treats humans who are homeless or struggling or just need a little love, right? Anyway, so that was kind of very interesting. And then when you go higher up into Peru, and you hit like Puno and Cuscus and all up there, names I can't pronounce. It was different. It was just a different vibe. Very cultural, traditional, a harder, you could tell it was a harder way of life. Like, it sure made me appreciate being, first of all, born in a Western country. Thank you. As a woman, thank you. And then really made me appreciate being a single mom in a Western country. There was a woman there who I just really identified with. I don't know why, but she was on the sidewalk. She had like a makeshift table thingy selling some kind of baked goods of some sort and some knickknacks, like a plastic lid. I will not forget that. It was just a plastic lid. There was nothing else. And then little stuff, junk drawer stuff, if I have to put it in Western words. Anyway, so she was doing that. And then she had like a little blanket. She had like 2 little kids, toddlers, on the blanket. And they had little toys, blocks or something, little snacks, food, something like that. But anyway, and she kind of tended to them, and then somebody would come to her little area table. She would tend to them and go back and forth. And I saw that, and I was like, oh, that is like so me. I would have done that. I would have like baked my little cookies however I could, and I take that extra lid because somebody always needs one, and try to sell it. And I'm not mocking her at all. I'm not. But I would have to do it with humor to help me get through that. Anyway. But what I realized is not for her lack of motivation or lack of, inspiration, commitment, dedication, like whatever capacity. She clearly has the capacity to be able to do what she's doing, right? But it's the lack of opportunity. She never had the opportunity to go to school. Now, I know I'm all big on the school thing too, because clearly what we learn in Western society isn't really shit that we need to know. And it's also from one perspective, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of negatives. Somebody did control the masses, blah, blah, blah. Yes, totally 100% agree. But at the same time, I'm also like, you know what? You do actually need to know how to be able to communicate and read and write the basics and share thoughts and opinions and be able to receive others' opinions and criticism and be able to give your own and advocate and all that kind of shit. Oh, total different skill set. So there is value in it, but it just, I think, needs to be done a bit differently. That's other videos, not our topic. But the point is, you need that in a capitalist society. And I had those opportunities and the capacity to be able to do that, and she didn't. She's a woman who has children just like I did, or do, but I mean littles, and is going to do what she needs to do to take care of them. It's just interesting. Different perspective, right? A whole new level of appreciation. Yeah, was it hard? Yeah, it was hard for me in my experience, in my world. Is she having it harder? Probably. Because I always had running water and electricity and heat. Yeah. So that was my little learning on that one. Told you real time. And we're going to 20 minutes. And if you're still here, awesome. And if you haven't liked or subscribed, can you do that? You're like 20 minutes in, dude. Come on, show appreciation. My son said that he would get my logo, my tattoo logo. Where is it? Oh my goodness, where is my logo? Oh, right here. I knew that. He said that he would get that tattooed on him if I get 1,000 subscribers. So, like, come on, because this little biker guy is going to have a little tattoo on him. It's funny. Anyway, let's get back into what we're talking about here. So, I am 50 and I am loving it. I did not know that it would feel this good and you could look this good. My worldview growing up and then many years as a young adult was that when you hit 50, right? And if you're single and 50, you might as well be a spinster. And good luck traveling because you're going to be in a care home within a couple years and blah, 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 blah. Oh my goodness, it's not like that at all. Not at all. Weird that I lived that though, hey? But no, and I have so much evidence. Oh my goodness, when I was on Peru, when I was doing the Peru and Bolivia, I met some amazing couples who were like in their late 60s, 70s. One gentleman was in his mid-80s and he's traveling and they're like enjoying things and they went on treks that we didn't do because we thought it would be too hard. Right? And they did that. That is awesome. So like this trip was, yeah, a great way to celebrate turning 50, you know, and it's just a reaffirming my abilities and blah, 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 blah. But it also is like, wow, letting me know that life is actually just beginning. It's just different. It's like a new book adventure. That's what my Instagram is called for all my travels. Anyway, besides the point. But that's where I got the idea from, right? It's like a new book. Don't get me wrong. Like the last book with my kids and my experiences, everything awesome. Wouldn't really change anything, to be honest. I know, right? If I had to go through everything the way it had to go through, I wouldn't change it. I'd probably appreciate a little bit more. Yeah, maybe I would make some changes, but that's a whole other thing. That's something, though. That is something that I also realized after turning 50. I don't need to tell that story anymore. Ooh, why? Who cares what happened when you were 20 or when you were 30 or 10? Really? Like, that's not who I am. And it's stupid talking about things that happened 10 years, 15 years ago when they have absolutely no bearing or influence or involvement in the now. That is stupid. But what's really cool about that is that I have been saying affirmations like from the very beginning of my whole healing journey, which is almost 3 years now. And my first one actually started, I release all false projections on myself and embrace my true spirit. And then the other one was, my past does not define who I am, nor is it a reflection of my future. Right? And then I heard Marissa Peers. She's the one that made me realize, well, it's never too late to start parenting and be the parent that you wanted to be, that you needed when you were a kid. She said it way better than me. But anyway, something like that. But she said, you didn't come from your parents. You came through them. Oh my God. It's like everything kind of just changed for me with that one as well. So all those affirmations that I've been saying, actually, I felt them get embedded as beliefs, as core beliefs that I did not come from. I came through them. And hey, you know what? Thanks. Thanks for being the vessel. Thanks for providing me the contrast that got me to get to how I feel today. Right? Clearly, I still have some inner child stuff to work on, but I'm doing it. Anyway, that made me realize, but yeah, so when I meet somebody or we're talking, like, who the fuck cares? What happened? Your ex 4 exes ago, you know, or your baby's daddy, whatever. Like, who the fuck cares? Yeah, because it's not who you are. It has no influence whatsoever. So I like that. And that kind of gives me this new chance to be who I want to be, which is Kat, a trauma clinician, life and wellness coach, trauma recovery, resilience coach, brain science nerd. Yeah. Oh, don't forget, I am now a EFT and a TFT tapping practitioner, laughing yoga leader. Yes, love that one. Oh, EDMR trained. Yeah, because, tapping and that kind of goes hand in hand. As soon as I figured that out, whoa, right? Motivational speaker, best-selling author. Oh, the book is coming. I'm writing a best-selling book right now. And all these other wonderful things that I feel really good about. Because, I'm a pretty good friend. And I could be an awesome girlfriend. A good mother. You know what? I don't even like that good. It's like good enough. Right? Because I am enough. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel really like confident and this empowerment. It's kind of like I'm 50, but it's like I want to say, yeah, I'm 50. I just want to like own it, grind down on it. Sorry for that visual, but kind of just makes you feel empowered. And I don't know if it's because I'm 50, if it's because I have like this new appreciation on my body. Oh, you have no idea how much I appreciate my body. It moves with ease. Everything does what it needs to do. I'm healthy. I feel good. I look good. Like so appreciative of my body. And I want to celebrate that big time, which is why I'm trying to feed it too. And I'm trying. I've got a plan on how to like appreciate my body. But I feel really great. And so I don't know if it's just like the maturity of being 50, if it's like trauma healing or I can actually feel my body. Like I get it. I get it. When clients and kiddos are so dissociated from their body, they can't tell they're hungry or they have to go to the bathroom or something's happening to them or they even have like a back. Seriously, I get it. Been there. And you don't know until you know. And then you're like, whoa, I didn't know. But how could you know if you didn't know, right? Until you know. Yeah. So it's really good. So I don't know if it's the healing, the growing, the growth mindset, the acceptance, the love of self. Like to be able to sit here and say, I absolutely love myself. I really do. Fucking awesome, man. I enjoy my company. I really do. I have fun when I'm with myself. I laugh when I'm with myself. Like I feel really good to just like hang out with me. Yeah. So I don't know if it's because I'm like that kind of place in my life or if it's like the energy vibration. I guess they're all connected though, right? But I really like where I'm at. And I'm going to keep feeling this way and keep doing and keep learning and keep growing and keep celebrating because, 102 doesn't look that bad. Well, we're almost 30 minutes. So I think I'm just going to wrap this up here. I'll do another one later if I get inspired. But this is real time. And this is me just celebrating where I'm at. And I'm content, satisfied. Yeah. But yet I have like this sweet anticipation, this sweet eagerness for what's about to manifest before me. Because I can see all the components coming together. I can feel it. I can feel all the components coming together. So exciting. If you're interested in, learning kind of the stuff that I did, make sure you subscribe. Check out the Facebook page, Craft of Wellness, Kat Drennan. And I have Instagram as well. Or reach out. Have a great day. And you know what? Choose to be happy.